Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. Today, we're going to learn how to stop negative self talk. Do you ever struggle with negative self talk? Is your mind constantly full of limiting, self defeating thoughts? Or maybe it creeps in at your most vulnerable moment. If yes, you're not alone. I struggled with negative self talk for a long time until I learned how to observe my thoughts and reprogram my subconscious mind. If you're ready to stop beating yourself up, then these tips are for you. Our minds have infinite capacity and endless potential, and your words have power over the actions that you take. So many of us think because of our past, our background, experiences, and upbringing that we're somehow not good enough. All of those negative, limiting thoughts keep flooding in and have us believing that they are truth. But even when success comes, the negative self talk can continue. Some think this is how we stay humble. Yet this is so painful and leaves people feeling stuck in old patterns, feeling trapped in negative self talk, and constantly thinking we would never be enough. Yet somewhere deep inside, you know that that's not true. God says you're wonderfully made, and this limited thinking and self degradation is holding us back from being all that we're made to be. You can overcome your negative self talk and whatever is holding you back from everything you want to accomplish, and I'm living proof of it. So, what is negative self talk? Negative self talk refers to the stream of thoughts, most of which they run on autopilot that reflect what we believe, how we see ourselves, and our ability to achieve our goals and our dreams. We have different internal representational systems, or how we receive and process information within the subconscious mind. One is visual, and that's how we absorb information by sight. Another is auditory, how we absorb information by sound. Then there's kinesthetic, how we absorb information by moving and touch. And auditory digital is how we deal with logic and the way that we talk to ourselves. If you pay attention to the words people use, you can usually pick up on their primary internal language and how they process information. For example, a person that is visual might use words like, I see what you're saying, or I got the picture, where a person that is auditory might say, I hear you, or that sounds good. You can also pick up on what's going on for people behind the scenes, from what they're actually saying and their physiology. You'll receive information on limiting beliefs, negative emotions, and expectations for how their life can be. What we see, hear, feel, or say to ourselves are all tied to our state, and our nervous system is geared towards producing behavior based on our internal language that we use. This means that if you're constantly engaging in negative self-talk, that's going to affect your behaviors, which in turn affects the results that you're able to achieve in life. So, where does negative self-talk even come from? Negative self-talk is typically an indicator of negative beliefs that are bubbling below the surface in the subconscious mind. These beliefs are picked up from the environment that you grew up in, whether your parents, teachers, TV and movies, or anything else that shaped you unconsciously from a young age. If you want to shift your reality, it starts with shifting your thoughts, and that includes negative self-talk. So how do we overcome negative self-talk? If you're someone who's struggling with negative self-talk and it's stopping you from going after opportunities that you deserve, it's time to get out of your own way. Realize that by allowing yourself to be the truest version of yourself, you can inspire others to do the same. Next, learn to observe your thoughts. If you want to overcome negative self-talk, the first step is to learn to be the observer of your thoughts. And the sooner that you're able to recognize that your negative self-talk is not you, it's just a result of how you've been programmed up until this point, the sooner you can decide to make a change. When I learned how to become the observer of my thoughts, shift my habits, and use affirmations to connect more deeply to God and my purpose, I was able to stop and ask myself, does this thought truly serve me? It helps to stop and consider what kinds of thoughts that you would think if you were right now in this moment already how you imagine your best self to be. The more you do this, the more you're able to see which thoughts serve your goals and which thoughts have nothing to do with the person that you're becoming. Next, use a pattern interrupt. Train yourself to catch any negative thoughts. Use a technique called the pattern interrupt to stop negative and self-talk in its tracks. A pattern interrupt is a way to alter your mental, emotional, or behavioral state to break their typical habits. Think of it as an unexpected act that jolts you into another state of your mind. Psychologists use pattern interrupts to break people out of unwanted or unconscious responses that they've developed over time. And a pattern interrupt is simply recognizing an unwanted pattern, disrupting it, and then leading yourself to a desired behavior. So there's various ways to initiate a pattern interrupt. One could be visualizing a cue, such as instead of scrolling social media on your phone whenever you wake up and watching others and their dreams, imagine what it would be like to switch to the desired response, like working out and living the life of your dreams. In time, you train your mind to ditch the old habits for the new thought pattern or behavior. Then shift your habits. If you want to stop negative self-talk, start by becoming more conscious of your habits. What kind of people you're surrounding yourself with and what kind of content you're exposing yourself to. Your subconscious mind is constantly picking up on everything around you. So if you're constantly surrounded by critical people, you're going to become more self-critical as well. If you're constantly watching content that makes you feel bad, your inner world is going to continue to be full of negative emotions, and so on. So start thinking about how you can feed your mind a healthy diet and build healthy habits. You can work with positive affirmations to start to program the thoughts that align with the life that you're creating. Another powerful tip is to create morning rituals to start your day off on a positive vibration. Your morning routine sets the tone for your day, and it can make a huge difference to the results that you get in just one day. Instead of scrolling through Instagram and checking who was on vacation or who just bought a new house or car, start using that time to work on yourself. Open up a space to think about your dreams and the life that you want to create. Even just a little shift can make a huge difference in your self-esteem. Next, try TRST to rebalance your emotions. One of my favorite tools in staying positive in a positive mindset is the Thought Reset Support Technique, or TRST. It's a beautiful way to reset. Try adding this quick 10-minute mental exercise to your morning routine. You can practice this daily for a month, and you'll start to see incredible shifts in your negative self-talk. I have a 5-minute explanation video on YouTube that I'll share with you, and also a quick little video of TRST that you can actually follow along with me doing the exercise together. Just go to YouTube and search for Dr. Wendy Dick. You'll see on my channel the videos are there, or you can email me at drwendydick@gmail.com, and I'll share the link with you. Next is reprogram your subconscious mind. As I mentioned before, you can think of negative self-talk as just negative thoughts bubbling up to the surface because of beliefs held in your subconscious mind. Whenever you start to identify these beliefs, you can work to shift them at a subconscious level. You can reprogram your identity and the way that you see yourself and watch that ripple out into your thoughts, your behaviors, and your actions. Your subconscious mind is the most powerful supercomputer that you will ever have access to. And that's why it's so incredible to learn these tools and be able to shift out of limiting beliefs and negative self talk once and for all. Have a beautiful and healthy day today, and I'll see you next time.